Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of Appleday Rates Games. I am your host Connor Grady, or Appleday if you'd like to call me instead. Wow, I kinda sound like a substitute teacher. You know how they call, I'm Mr. Richards, but you can call me Mr. R instead. Anyway, on to review.
Banjo-Kazooie. You definitely missed out if you didn't have this game when you were a kid. Banjo-Kazooie is a platformer made by the company Rare for the Nintendo 64. It was released in June 1998 and it was later re-released for the Xbox Arcade in December 2008. The footage I am playing for you today is from the Xbox version. Gotta love those high-definition graphics. Now if you look up what Rare is doing today, you might be a little shocked like I am. Rare got bought out by Microsoft in 2002 and has been making games like Perfect Dark Zero, Connect Sports, and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, games no one should ever play. But all these games are games for another review. Rare is a fantastic game manufacturer and it sucks that they went out of business. Business in my heart. I wish we could have the times back when we could go back to the living room couch with our little standard definition TVs and turn on our 64 and have lots of good times. That's the reason I love Banjo-Kazooie so much, because it was a game from my childhood and it reminds me of the good old days. I always used to play when I was little at my grandmother's house and I always used to have so much fun. Unfortunately, my grandmother has moved since then, and that's why it's such a nostalgic thing for me. The story of Banjo-Kazooie is short but sweet, and it follows a bear named Banjo and a bird named Kazooie, which for some reason always stays in Banjo's backpack. It all starts off with a witch named Gruntilda, who is Banjo's neighbor. She wants to be the prettiest girl of all, and to become so, she abducts Banjo's sister Tootie, the most beautiful girl, when Banjo is sleeping. She constructs a contraption that can harvest Tootie's beauty and can transfer it to her. Kazooie hears the ruckus, wakes up Banjo, and they set off on a journey to rescue Tootie. I don't know about you, but just about every game Rare has released has an amazing soundtrack. Banjo-Kazooie is no different, just take a listen. Or listen to this one. I especially remember singing the Grunty's Lair theme every time I played. Take a listen. It's just great listening to the soundtrack. Graphics wise, even though I was playing on the Xbox version, the graphics of the original game are spectacular. The re-release of it on the Xbox makes everything super clear and vivid. Gotta love that high definition. Even though the graphics don't make the game, I know they always help.
You start out the game in Spiral Mountain only knowing basic Rare abilities. Then you head up to Grunty's Lair to save Tootie. Grunty's Lair is basically the main hub you use to move around the worlds. Throughout these levels, you are helped out by one of Banjo's friends, Bottles the Mole. He teaches you new moves that help you throughout your quest. A few examples are flying, shooting eggs as projectiles, and being invincible! You also meet someone else who helps you, named Mumbo the Shaman. You can find him in about every other level, and if you give him Mumbo tokens, he will turn you into animals or other objects. There is also Grunty's sister, I can't pronounce that, I'll just put it on the screen, that isn't evil and gives you tips on later in your quest. Also, don't forget about Cheeto! No, not that Cheeto. No, not that one either. Where'd you even find that? Yeah, there you go. That's it. You can find Cheeto a total of 3 times in Grunty's Lair to raise your maximum eggs, red feathers, and gold feathers by double respectively. Turns out you have to do a lot of progress in this game. Okay, here's what you do. The main things you're collecting in this game are jigsaw pieces named Jiggies. You can use said Jiggies to complete pictures to unlock the next world. These Jiggies are just laid out to be collected, or most commonly, you have to complete a task like defeating a boss, or winning a race, or solving puzzles. The part I love is when you collect a Jiggy, Banjo-Kazooie do their little Jiggy dance. Take a look. The other thing measuring your progression is music notes. Not the soundtrack music notes, these music notes. You collect these notes to open the note doors in Grunty's Lair so you can move on to further worlds. You know you have enough when the number you have collected and from all the worlds is higher than the number on that door. There are a total of 9 worlds in Grunty's Lair, and there are 10 Jiggies and 100 notes collecting each world. That makes a total of 900 notes and 100 jiggies plus the 10 in Grunty's lair. Also, your health bar is based on honeycomb pieces, because Banjo's a bear, so of course he loves honey. At first you only have 5, but you can increase your overall life by collecting 6 honeycomb pieces that are scattered throughout each level. There are also 5 Jignos to collect in each level. Grunty has trapped 5 different Jigno creatures on each level, and if you save them all, you get a Jiggy. What are Jignos anyway? It must be some kind of mouse or something. Man, talk about a collectathon. You did it! You collected all the Jiggies. You collected all the notes. You collected all the honeycombs. Now you gotta complete this board game. It's gonna be really fun or a pain in the ass. It's really fun to test your knowledge of the game, but the most annoying part for me, at least, are the Grunty spaces. Remember her from earlier? Well, she tells you facts about Gruntilda that are answers to these spaces. I was always too lazy to talk to her, and because of her music I was annoyed by her, and you really don't need to talk to her anyway. So these spaces were really annoying for me because I had to guess the answer, and I lost a lot of health from it. Oh yeah, I forgot. If you die when playing the board, you have to start again from the beginning. Yay! Now that you've finished the board game and saved Tootie, it's time to take on Gruntilda for the final battle. But first you should probably open all the remaining note doors to fill up your eggs, gold feathers, and solve one more picture to obtain your double bar of life. Now hop in the cauldron to head up to the roof to face Grunty. On the roof you will use all of your skills to defeat her. Once Grunty is defeated, she will go crashing to the ground and a boulder will fall on top of her. You did it! The day is saved! The game is done now, right? If you're like me, you love to play a game 100% of the way through and do everything there is to do. So if you've collected all 100 Jiggies after the credits roll, there's a little scene with Banjo-Kazooie celebrating an island when Mumbo shows up. He shows us a little thing called Stop and Swap. He shows us the locations of a few eggs and an ice key. That's great, what are they used for? Stop and Swap was originally an incentive to get you to buy the next game in the series, Banjo-Tooie. These items are actually in Banjo-Kazooie, so how do you unlock them in Banjo-Tooie? The original idea was to have you switch the cartridges at the right time and the data would be able to transfer. Unfortunately, this didn't work with the Nintendo 64's hardware. Originally this would have worked, leaving about 10 seconds to be able to do the switch. Then Nintendo came out with a new version of the Nintendo 64, making that 10 seconds 1 second, basically cancelling this whole concept and making it into a huge controversy. But now in the Xbox version, they have finally brought Stop and Swap together, but I don't think it's worth solely playing to just get content from nuts and bolts. All in all, I absolutely love Banjo-Kazooie. It is a must-have for your library. You can get it from the Xbox Arcade for like around $20, I believe it is. So today guys, I rate Banjo-Kazooie 5 apples out of 5. I rated that because of its awesomeness and its nostalgic factors that it gives me. Make sure to like, leave a comment and tell me how I did, and subscribe if you like it and you want to see more. You guys should check out my Facebook page, my vlogging channel. Both links are in the description. There's definitely going to be more episodes of Appleday Rates Games coming soon. With school and everything, I don't know how fast I can get them done, but I'll try as hard as I can. Okay, that's about it. Until next time, guys.